James here from Learn Guitar in London, and I'm playing my fingerstyle instrumental of I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. Now, first things first, this lesson comes from learnguitarinlondon.com that has hundreds of free acoustic guitar lessons. So if you like this style of fingerstyle instrumental, there's a whole section of the site that has songs just like this. This song has free tab, which is available at the website. All it takes is a name and email address to join the student area of the Learn Guitar in London website. I've left a link in the video right now. There's also a link in the video description that you can click anytime to join up the student area. It just takes a name and email address. You'll then get a password so that you can access the student area, navigate to tabs, and away you go. You'll be added to my mailing list as well. So, this one is not for beginners, okay? It is an intermediate song. It's taken me a while to get this arrangement right, and I can't wait to share it with you, so let's start learning it now. I'm going to be referencing the tab a lot through this, so it is a good idea if you go and get the tab from learnguitarinlondon.com. There's a link in the video. There's also a link in the video description for you to join the student area. So what I'm going to do is I'm always going to play it 2 bars at a time. First, you can then come back to those 2 bars to play along with me if you want, and then I'll show you exactly how I'm playing them and the best way to go about it. Let's do the first part. So this intro, what I'm doing to start with is I'm making an A chord, which I like to use my pinky, ring and middle finger, and I'm sliding them up to the G, D and the A string. So it's actually making a chord called an E suspended 4th if you were strumming all 6. And what I'm doing is with my thumb, I'm strumming the middle 4 strings. It's a strum. Then my thumb is doing the D string by itself. Then middle is playing the next string, then index. So it's all the while holding that chord down. I'm then doing a little mini bar on the D and the A string, on the G string with my index finger. And my ring finger is playing the 4th fret on the A string. So this is the chord that I'm doing, press down hard. But the good news is we only need these 2 strings to ring, the D and the G. The ring finger is holding down here. And we're just going to do another strum, those 3 strings, A, D and G. Then thumb on the D, then index, then thumb on the D. So let's put that bar together. Okay, good. Next, index and middle on the D and G on the 2nd fret, and you're doing a pinch, rather an unusual pinch, thumb on the top string, index on the D, middle on the G and ring. This is bar 2, then thumb on the D, then middle, index, then ring, middle, index, but the whole while that thing hasn't moved, right? Do it slower. So that's those first 2 bars. The next 2 bars are essentially the same thing. You've learnt this, same as bar 1. This part, so the rhythm's a little different and the very ending is different, as you can see. This is bar 4. Now what I want you to do is, you're doing, as you can hear there, 2 strikes on the 2nd fret on the G, but notice I changed to my index finger. And that's really important to see why I did that. So I'll do that again. So it's change to index. So going into the next bar, we need the ring and pinky spare to do this very challenging chord. This thing here. You can see what I'm doing. I'm having to stretch out. So we use the index to give ourselves a chance to get to that chord. I can't tell you how far around my thumb is. It's right round the neck, right under the radius you see at the back of the neck here. I'm pressing down. That just means I can do the stretch. So that's the 4th fret on the D string and the pinky finger on the 5th fret on the A. Anyway, let's play that bar. Next 2 bars. Okay, so the first thing that you'll really need to focus as a sort of intermediate guitarist even is doing this change, okay, into that. That'll take a bit of focus from 4 to 5, but work at it, you'll get it. So this part here, I'm leaving that left over from bar 4, that 2nd fret on the G. You're going to pinch thumb and index on the A and the D, then just twice on that. Then you can let go, thankfully. Leave that there, pinch the A string and the one you're holding down on this hand. Then middle finger on the thinnest string on the 2nd fret, and then ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B. So it's making a D chord. You can hopefully see that, yeah? So it's... Notice I'm not lifting anything up, I'm leaving it down to let everything ring as long as possible. Next, open B minor chord, if for those of you who know what a B minor is. This is a B minor. All you're doing is you're lifting up your bar finger, so you've got 2, 4, 4 and 3 on the B string. And then you're going to basically pick that pattern. So you're going to go thumb and ring, thumb on the A string, then middle, index, thumb on D, thumb on A, thumb on D, index, then middle, middle, good so far? Okay, let's do bars 7 and 8. So, 3rd fret on the thickest string, thumb playing that and the middle finger playing the open B. Then 2nd fret on the G string, play that once, then play it again, and then flick it away. So dig your callus in and pull it off the string to do the open string, that's why there's a loop over there. Then put it back, thumb on the D string and index, then play it again, the G, then thumb on the D, and middle finger on the 3rd fret on the B. So I'll do bar 7 again. And from bar 6, and notice I used different fingers that time. It's actually the middle finger on the 3rd fret on the thicker string, sorry about that. Then you can leave that index doing its thing. Okay. Finally, bar 8. So, top and bottom string, thicker string and B string open. Then that index finger on the 2nd again, play it again, then flick it. Then make 2nd fret on the D and G, pinching A, D and G with this hand, your picking hand. Middle finger, then thumb. Then change your index down to the 2nd fret on the G string because we're going back to this thing again. Okay? Hopefully you can see that. So I'll do bar 7 and 8 going into bar 9. Here we go. Do you see I'm getting those fingers ready? So the next bar is the same as the bar 5. Bar 10 is the same as bar 6 with that open B minor. Bar 11, so let's play bar 11 and 12 because they're a little bit different to bar 7 and 8. Okay, so bar 11, starting the same as bar 7, so that's thickest string, 3rd fret. Thumb in middle, second fret on the G, play that once, play it again, and then flick it. Then put it back, pinch the D string and the index, then index, thumb on its own, and then D. Then, staying there, thumb and index pinching, flicking away, flicking to open, then middle finger, and then for some reason I always go back to that E suspended chord. Don't ask me why, but you could just go to second fret on the D string with your middle finger, then thickest string, then open 2 times on the B, then third fret. So let's do bars 7, 11 and 12. So I'm going to do 12 one more time, going into 13. So you've got this 3 here, leave that there, into 13, and then go to the second fret on the thickest string, pinch those 2 strings, then middle finger on the second fret on the D string, so you play it twice, then switch. That switch really kills me every time. Third fret on the thickest string, second fret on the thinnest string, and pinching thumb, middle on the open B and ring. So it's third fret on the B string, you can't really see that with my finger there, but play it 3 times, then open on the thinner string, then second fret. Moving into bar 14, I'll do 13 and 14. Okay, so 13 again. So you've just played the second fret on the thinnest string. You're then going to pinch A string on that second fret, and you're going to play them both, and then flick away to an open E string. Then play the open string, then make an A chord while you're doing that. Then with that A chord, pick B string, thumb on the A, thumb on the D, B string. Hopefully you can hear and see that. Okay, so let's show you this. Obviously this is the chorus into bar 15. You make a D, and what I'm doing is you can strum it if you want. If you're a bit more experienced, you can do a roll with your fingers, where you go thumb, index, middle. It's up to you, or strum, your choice. Anyway, 4 strings, then index, then the ring finger 3 times, all holding down the D. Then I lift up the D at that point, but leave the middle finger there. Thumb on the A string, pinching, then 2 opens on the E, then I make an A to those second frets. And then just play that sort of middle index. E minor, strum, all 6 strings, open on the G string, then 3 on the bottom string. Pinky finger on the 5th fret on the thinner string, pinching thumb, index and middle, pull those, then 3rd fret with the middle finger, 2nd fret with the index, open, and then 3rd fret on the B. Okay, I'll do 15 and 16 for you from the beginning of the chorus. 3rd fret on the thickest string, moving on, so I'll do 17 and 18. Okay, so this next part, 3rd fret on the thickest string, pinching top and bottom, and you're going open on the B, and then 3rd fret on the B. Just checking you can see that. Then open on the D, 2nd fret on the G, twice, open on the D, 2nd fret on the thinnest, open on the thinnest, 3rd fret on the B twice, open on the B, thinnest on the E, then 3rd fret. Makes a lot more sense if you just hear that, because speaking out loud sounds like there's a lot going on. Listen. Then into D chord for this next bar, bar 18. Thumb on the D, index, then ring finger 4 times. And then pinching A string, still 2nd fret, then 2 opens. See, I'm lifting up my middle finger. And then to do these 2 twos, I just bring my middle finger underneath my index and then go middle, index. I'll do that again. Okay, 19 and 20, nearly done. Now I believe this is the same as, yeah, it's pretty much the same as bar 16, but there's no E minor. So we just go thickest string, open on the G, then ring finger 4 times. And because you've got open strings, get yourself set up with your little finger on the 5th fret. 5th fret, pinch, thumb, index and middle. 3rd fret on the thinnest. 2nd, open, then 3rd fret. And then bar 20 is the same as bar 17. Do that again. So we've already learnt that in bar 17, so I'm not going to show that to you again. And then finally 21, so we have a D chord. Now you can do your D chord like this, with just because you don't actually need the middle finger for the D chord. Then ring finger on the 4th fret on the A string, whilst holding these down the same. Okay, you can see that shape. And finally, if you're going to do bracketed 1 into the repeat, it's open strings, thumb, index, middle, index, thumb. Then we're going to go to the repeat symbol, which takes you back to bar 5. And then you play all the way through, and this time round, you go, so when you do bar 21, when you've gone all the way around again, 4th fret, you then go, keeping the same sort of 2 and 3 on the G and the B string, index on the 2nd fret on the A string, do the same picking pattern, thumb, index, middle, then open with that, and then just strum the D, G and B string at the ends, and that's your song.